Alright everyone, I'm back on the RTV 400 CI, electronic fuel injection. We'll talk about that a little later. But here's the connection up to the meter that I have. You can buy these online. It's just a simple pressure gauge. I used a fitting that connects to the hose. The pressure here should be 34.8 psig. As you can see here, our pressure is currently 30 psi, but the key is not on. This has been here for about 2 hours, and that's what the pressure bled down to. So the fuel pump is in pretty good shape. Now, let me turn the key here so we watch and listen on how the pressure goes. Here we are, turning the key. You hear the pump, and you can see it going up to the proper pressure. I'm going to turn the key off. Okay, and then so we see I'm going to discharge some of the pressure off the system. Okay, it went down to 0. Goes up to pressure. Turning the key off, moving the key. Anyway, that's telling me that we have pressure to the system. The throttle body is off, and I'll show you more about that and exactly how that goes. I took it apart today, tried to go get a fuel injector, and there wasn't one. They want to sell the assembly, the ECU, the computer, and the throttle body, and they only want $1,600 or $1,800 for it. So we're going to have to simply find a better answer. I did check the part right there. At this point, it's right here. Anyway, which is good. I'll probably hook up the injector in the morning here, see if I can hear some electronic pulses on the unit. Anyway, that's all I have for now. Bye-bye. Okay, let's see. After checking the fuel pressure, I installed so the computer would see the fuel injector, which has been removed from the throttle body. There's the throttle body connection. And as I crank the motor, I can feel the fuel injector pulsing. So it appears good. The impulse is probably good. And what this is just simply a clogged injector. I tried to blow back a little, and a little bit of fluid came out. So I think I have a crudded up fuel injector. So I'll have to figure out how to either get a new one or to replace and fix this one. If you can take a look at the number, that's it. Sorry, it's upside down. It's an FBYCG50. I couldn't find one in the parts store local, but I'm gonna look some more, and if I can find a replacement, put it online. Okay, let's see if I can capture this, everybody. I got the fuel injector working. I built a rig that I'll show you a little later. I just want to catch the stream so I can send it to Mike. At the bottom here, you should see a spray pattern develop and come out. See that? Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. And now you saw the one where it ripped because my O-ring is bad. But that's it. We got it cleaned out and working using a improvised device. Basically a syringe holder and some tape and some glue and a few other things all right up. Alright everyone, without the aid of a cameraman, this is what we have. This is the throttle body of a Kubota RTV 400 CI. Okay, this piece here mounts to the engine. This piece is the assembly that goes into the throttle body, the intake. This is the intake side of the throttle body. We have a valve here, which I'm going to clean out. You can see it's dark and dirty. It was bad and polluted. I did get the fuel injector cleaned out. See the shiny brass in there? That's what a nice one looks like. But I'm going to clean up both sides so it's not sticking. This, I believe, is a potentiometer that tells the computer at what position the valve is open. I'm going to take some measurements and write down those values because it's not in the Kubota manual. You actually have to buy this whole assembly, which includes the fuel injector. I managed to blow this one out and get it working, but the fuel injector goes into here. There's a fitting that holds the fuel injector down, and of course the numbering was on the inside. It was $1,743 to replace this because you have to do the computer as well. It's the only way they sell it. I'm trying to acquire some of these, the fuel injectors, and I should have some in, but I have this one working, so it'll do good for now because my brother-in-law wants his Kubota running. He can't put up fence without it. The reason I have this stuff here, this is good stuff. As a matter of fact, it's not this only good stuff, it's almost like Rotella tea. I'll do an advertisement for them for free if they want. CRC throttle body intake cleaner. And the nice thing also is the test rig I built up. This houses a syringe. And I basically took the pieces, fabricated a quick solution, and it mounts to the can, and I tell you, when I'm pushing down on the sprayer here, it did not blow out. This retained everything well. Eventually my fuel injector went out. And of course this assembles this way, is how I had it, and then what you do is I identified the positive end. I built the test jig. The minus goes to the minus on the one side, and I used the other end to hook up to the plus, and then of course you go across a 12-volt battery. The resistance between these two were 14.6 and 5 ohms if you switch it. There's a relay, and when you do the activation, you can physically feel it and hear it. And all I did was to connect it up. Now you may have a video up of it spraying, but I opened up the valve, sprayed through the tube, and I got a little bit of leakage to go, and a little bit came, and then I let it set, and it's a process. I did it a few times, and then over and over, and about on the 4th time the sprayer started to spray real good, and so you opened it, came out, and there was a beautiful screen. So it all cleared itself out, and hopefully it was marginally okay. I cleaned it up as best I could with the throttle body cleaner. I've assembled the first piece in. This is there's a notch there that holds it in place. The other end goes into here, and you feed it through and go on, baby. And it sits in there, and now I'm going to mount the screw. So I have the unit back in place. I know it works, and I'll cap and tape that so no debris gets in. Clean the throttle body. I can see the injector right in there. You probably can't see it. I don't know if this light will help or make things worse, but it's right in that area there, straight right here. And it looks clean, it looks pretty. I can actually see some of the holes with my bad eyes to boot. So anyway, now I'm going to insert the screw. When we did this originally, I had to drill out the last screw that was there. It was all messed up. So anyway, I'll get this all taken care of, put together, and then tomorrow at 3 in the morning I'll be heading up north. Anyway, talk with you all later for more videos to come. Blocking up. But anyway, here's a close-up. Let's see, I hope that works. of the fuel injector. Now I got to go out, clean this all up, and reassemble it. And in essence, the fuel injector goes in here and sits there, and there's no filter in line with this. The fuel goes in here. It's 34.8 psi, I believe, or 38.4, one way or the other. And for the user's manual, it had plenty of pressure, plenty of volume. So this is clogged up. I'm going to get it hopefully put back together here and installed tomorrow by 9 in the morning without a few cuss words, and then my brother-in-law will have his Kubota running again. The only problem is I got to drive a couple hundred miles to get to the place where it is. Anyway, that's it. Okay, the screw is back in it. It's all cleaned up. Nice, pretty screw. Was that a 6mm, I think Pedro said? I don't know. I didn't check the resistance. The wires are too fine, and I see no reason to damage it. I don't want to push my luck any more than I have already. Anyway, I may look for one of these in the junkyard, see what goes on, because at $1,700, it seems to me that there should be a lot of bad Kubota units out there to work on. Anyway, that's it. Till the next adventure.